Have you ever wondered what distinguishes a sigma INFJ from an INFJ? Get ready to explore the intriguing realm of personality kinds. Imagine this: every one of us has a distinct pattern, just like snowflakes in a winter storm. Personality kinds then become relevant. They resemble our psyche's DNA, or character blueprint, presenting the INFJ the most elusive of the 16 Myers-Briggs types renowned for their idealism, empathy, and intuition. Then, there is the even rarer type, known as Sigma INFJ, who is known for their independent spirit and introverted disposition. Despite having similar characteristics from birth, each dances to their own rhythm, with one being molded by their experiences and decisions and the other by their own choices. Here we have a personality war. As we examine the development of these two fascinating individuals, stay tuned. The Sigma INFJ personality is similar to a well-chosen playlist. While the INFJ personality is like a mixtape of genetics and environment, an INFJ's personality is a genetic gift, a special combination of inherited features, and the environment in which they are raised adds the finishing touches, kind of like a mixtape that's a mixture of many songs. Conversely, a Sigma INFJ is comparable to a well-chosen playlist. Although they have the same genetic base as an INFJ, their characteristics are more heavily shaped by deliberate decisions and life events. Much like the songs that go into creating a personalized playlist, this sums up the nature vs. nurture controversy. Our genetic makeup is a gift from nature, and it is shaped by our upbringing and experiences. Are these characteristics predetermined or hardwired? Now let's explore further. Are these characteristics a part of your DNA, or did you choose them specifically? Much like your to outfit. This is the query that comes to mind when we consider the distinctions between Sigma INFJ and INFJ and INFJ. Think of the INFJ personality type as a delectably intricate recipe. It's a complex fusion of innate characteristics that are hardwired into your DNA. It's like having a predetermined palate from birth, gravitating towards some flavors and away from others. Consider the Sigma INFJ to be a skilled chef who painstakingly chooses ingredients and modifies the recipe to fit each individual's preference. Instead of just accepting the hand they are dealt, the Sigma INFJ shuffles the cards, carefully selecting qualities that speak to them and eliminating those that don't. The Sigma INFJ selects their own path, handpicking their personality qualities like a collection of fine art. Whereas the INFJ may be hardwired with a certain set of features. INFJ and Sigma INFJ approach their identities differently, as we have seen. Think of Sigma INFJ as architects and INFJ as architects and INFJ as natural, born gardeners who are meticulously building their identities brick by brick. This comparison does a fantastic job of summarizing their divergent approaches to personality development. The gardeners, INFJ, are hardwired to cultivate their innate qualities. They allow their personality to grow naturally by pruning their flaws and fertilizing their strengths with experiences. Like a gardener tending to a plant, they are in sync with their emotions, instincts, and intuition. Conversely, the architects, Sigma INFJ, carefully craft their identities. They carefully consider each quality and feature. Just like an architect does when selecting building materials, they carefully craft their identity, choosing characteristics that advance their objectives and eliminating those that don't. With this methodical, purposeful approach, they are able to create an identity that is consistent with their route of choice. It's true that these two types have different approaches to life. Isn't that right? It may surprise you to learn that although Sigma INFJ are more rational and suppress their emotions, INFJs are deep thinkers and feelers. That's quite the contrast, don't you think? These compassionate spirits, INFJ, are frequently observed lost in their sea of feelings and deep reflections. They use their heart as a compass to navigate life, seeing the world through a filter of emotions and intuition. The other extreme is represented by Sigma INFJ. These people prioritize rationality above all else in their approach to life, their feelings. They're safely hidden away and will only be opened when absolutely required. Like expert chess players, Sigma INFJ carefully considers each move they make and is always plotting. They let reason dictate their decisions, giving reasoning precedence over emotion. The contrast between the two personality types, each with their own outlook on life and yet equally captivating, is quite fascinating. There's no doubting the influence these traits have on your life, regardless of whether you develop them over time or are born with them. INFJ have artistic abilities from birth, much like a video game character with superhuman abilities. They are the poets, visionaries, and painters. Their minds are a dynamic, ever-evolving kaleidoscope of concepts and feelings. Their natural inventiveness shapes their personality from the minute they are born, much like a river running freely. Conversely, Sigma INFJ advances via perseverance and hard work. They are the self-made individuals in the field of personalities. Their characteristics aren't given to them at birth. Rather, they must be earned via hardships, tears, and sweat. They work from the raw material of their personalities like sculptors, shaping them into something special and exquisite. Despite their apparent differences, these two personality types are actually just two sides of the same coin. Both of them have their advantages and disadvantages, victories and setbacks. It is evident that your personality may serve as both a strength and a hindrance. Regardless of your type, INF or Sigma INFJ consciously choose to follow their own path and embrace their individuality. INFJ frequently feel as like they don't quite fit in. Since INFJs make up just one of the population, they are the rarest personality type. Hence, a feeling of alienation may frequently weave itself through their lives. Feelings of being misinterpreted or out of step with the outside world may result from this. We have Sigma INFJ on the other side of the coin. They can relate to the sense of not fitting in, but there's a crucial distinction. It's a decision rather than an emotion, a deliberate choice to take a less traveled route, to differentiate oneself from the throng, and to welcome isolation as a comrade rather than an enemy. This intentional seclusion is a place for reflection, development, and self-discovery rather than loneliness. It has to do with deciding to design one's own identity. One is an outsider by nature and the other is a loner who manufactured himself. INFJs are like a well-balanced concoction of ideas and feelings, whereas Sigma INFJs tend to be more analytical and control their emotions. These two personality types differ in that they require a different kind of balancing act. Consider yourself upon a seesaw. The INFJ, a harmonious fusion of profound thought and strong passion, is on one side. They experience their emotions and the environment around them as vividly as if they were colors in a painting. The Sigma INFJ, on the other hand, is a character that leans toward reason and logic. They conceal their feelings and instead base their choices on objective, cold facts. This is not to imply that Sigma INFJ lack empathy. Quite the contrary. To manage the world, they just put their rational side first. In the meantime, INFJ are always working to keep their mind and heart in balance. The ability to strike a balance between the head and the heart is evident in these personality types. INFJ is all about being a real-life superhero and saving people. When help is most needed, these are the ones who will jump in to give a helping hand, a shoulder to weep on, or a word of encouragement. They are naturally adept at providing consolation and assistance because of their empathy and profound comprehension of human emotions. They seem to possess an innate radar for distress signals, constantly prepared to offer assistance. Conversely, Sigma INFJ is more concerned with traveling their own path and crafting their own narrative. Not that they don't care about other people. Rather, their main priorities are growth, self-improvement, and accomplishing their own objectives. They are the outliers, the independent ones who forge their own route, whether they are saving the planet or saving themselves. For them, it is about creating a life that is consistent with their values and goals. It is undeniable that INFJ and Sigma INFJ are distinct. I find that contrast to be rather interesting. The most important thing to remember is that each is special and worthwhile in their own right. Recall that your distinctiveness is your strength regardless of your INFJ or Sigma INFJ status. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit like for more surreal videos.